Dear friends, it gives me great pleasure to participate in the 2011 Annual Conference of the European Association of Zoos and Aquaria in Montpellier. Of course, I would have loved to have been with you in person, but I've begun the process of stepping out of public life. It is time for younger voices to be heard. I send my very warmest greetings from Cape Town to all of you wonderful people gathered at Le Parc Zoological de Montpellier, especially to our hosts, the municipality of Montpellier, to Dr. Leslie Dickey, the director of EAZA, Mr. Simon Tong, chair of EAZA, and John Reagan, who invited me to speak. The role of zoos and aquaria in the modern world, your role, is a very important one indeed. It carries a very heavy responsibility. More and more people around the world are living in cities and losing contact with wildlife and wild places that are their heritage, their roots. Most people cannot afford to travel into the wild to see wildlife, so your sites are often the only opportunities for our urban population to be with animals, to learn about them, to see, to hear, and to smell a tiger or a giraffe, and, very importantly, to know that the tiger or the giraffe is seeing, hearing, and smelling them. Zoos and aquaria fulfill many important roles, stimulating a passion for nature in young people among them. I'm constantly inspired by the practical work you do in breeding endangered species as an insurance against their complete loss in the wild. This is a particularly poignant issue where I come from, as Africa's wildlife is being ravaged by poachers. I'm told that later in your conference, you'll hear from scientists who are experts on the topic of wildlife poaching, but perhaps you'll allow me to add an old man's perspective. Around the world, but particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia, populations of wild animals already endangered, already facing extinction, are being slaughtered for private gain. The hunters are not just local people seeking to feed their families. No. Many of them are associated to professional, international, organized poaching gangs. Criminals hunting wildlife to put money in their pockets, enriching professional, anonymous middlemen far away in Europe, Asia, and elsewhere. In India, wonderful animals such as the Tibetan antelope are killed to turn into shawls. In areas of South America, trafficking in monkeys and parrots has become so economically attractive that drug traffickers are turning their attention to animals rather than drugs. In Southeast Asia, just one single raid by the authorities revealed 22,200 dead pangolins. In my own country, South Africa, tragically, the butchering of rhinoceroses continues. Just last year, more than 300 black rhinos were slaughtered, tipping the species ever closer to the extinction brink. What can zoos and aquaria in Europe do to help stem the poaching tide? Educate your visitors. Make them aware of the illegal products that may be offered to them at home and abroad. Ensure that nobody leaving your premises does so without your having planted a seed of knowledge about the poaching scourge. Until I received this invitation to speak, I never really considered what might be achieved if all the people who enjoy your zoos in all the countries of Europe pool together. When you pool your audiences, your expertise, your energies, your commitment, wow! EAZA, you are very important. You are very powerful. For the sake of wildlife, for the sake of knowledge, for the sake of people, for the sake of us all, please make your combined strength count. God bless you.